everyone, it started off as kind of, well, hey, let's add a pool to Neon Taco. We got all this property next to us. Then it morphed into this massive thing, and now it's not even part of Neon Taco. So it sits next to it, and they're going to feed off each other a little bit, and you can kind of walk back and forth through some gates. But it turned into this 50,000 square foot 3 concept entertainment complex from just this, hey, let's build a pool.
How does that happen when you're with?
I guess
who does that happen with? Or like
the architect.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Take on the Lake with Lake Expo. I'm Nathan Bechtel. Thanks so much for joining us. Today in the studio we have one of the most prolific, at least of recent times, like developer builders at Lake of the Ozarks. Somebody I actually had not met in person, even though we had texted and emailed and various stuff until today. It is George Tucker. So George, thanks for coming on the show, man.
You bet. I don't know if I'd go to that extent.
Well, you don't have to. I am for you.
Okay.
I'm saying it for you.
Deal.
I mean, very few people, if anybody, can say they actually either have built or own as many individual, especially waterfront businesses as you at the lake, right? Because let's run down the list so we give your resume here.
Yeah.
Paradise.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Paradise, Frankie Louie's, Neon Taco, waterfront. So then you got Tucker Shuckers on Bagnell Dam, and then Molten Monkey next to it. There's a couple other things, we got boat rentals that we run out of Frankie Louie's, and construction company we run whatever project we're on.
Tucker Development slapped
Tucker
on the side of those
yeah,
trucks. I see them buzzing around.
Yeah, so we use those for maintenance on the restaurants, and then we use those to build too. We only build our own stuff, and then usually we operate it or we sell it. And then with the restaurants, we always keep them. We build houses.
And then I know you have some commercial businesses on the west side, I think, too, right?
No, I mean, I do own some properties,
Okay. Not businesses. I just meant you own some properties.
That's
on the west side
so we
and
kind
stuff.
of got into that too.
Yeah, and then the big one, the one that everybody cannot wait for.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're the one who can not wait for it the most. But
yeah, I'm ready to. I mean, we've been over there working for 2 years. On over here.
Yeah,
but I mean,
down by Bagnell Dam,
yards of concrete already over there that people can't really see, and it's been a big project. It's the biggest project that I've done. There's a lot of good people that are contractors out there that done bigger projects, so that helps us too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we're behind schedule, but we haven't lost any ground in 6 or 7 months, so we've been able to kind of reel it in, and now we're kind of on track.
Yeah. So for folks that don't know what we're referencing, it's actually easier to see if you're on the water than up on, but it's on Bagnell Dam Boulevard or the strip. If you go past Neon Taco, actually right there on the left, kind of between it and the dam, you guys have done some massive excavating and then poured however many, what you just said, loads of concrete.
Yeah, thousands. Everyone, it started off as kind of, well, hey, let's add a pool to Neon Taco. We got all this property next to us. Then it morphed into this massive thing, and now it's not even part of Neon Taco. So it sits next to it, and they're going to feed off each other a little bit, and you can kind of walk back and forth through some gates. But it turned into this 50,000 square foot 3 concept entertainment complex from just this, hey, let's build a pool.
How does that happen when you're with?
I guess
who does that happen with, or like
the architect? It just starts. There's 3 designs for that property, and this is the third one is what we're building. So we went. We started with these guys in Bali, Indonesia, designing this mass. Well, we started with here. Let's put it this way. I skipped. There's 4 different concepts that were there. We tried to make it work and couldn't get to work. Started with a pool. Didn't like the fact that there was, a 30-foot wall to the road from the pool, and it just kind of felt like it would feel like a prison or something like that. All right, let's not do that. Then we find these projects, in Bali that we like, and we try to figure out who's designing them, track them down, hire them to do this big project, which is beautiful. We've got, some money in it and designs, and it looks awesome. But when it came to engineering it in America, we couldn't get anybody that would want to, stamp this thing, right? So
the guys in Bali,
we went around and around. We started working with a guy in California who thought he, could do it, and then. It was a multi-level bamboo structure with structural bamboo. Yeah, there was some metal in it to kind of hold it, but it would be covered up. And we got kind of worried about the seasonality of it. They've got one of these projects on top of a mountain in Asia they use as a ski resort, kind of like a bar.
Really?
So it's weathered that, right? So you got freezing cold temperature, humidity, dryness, all that stuff, which we have here. Anyway, I kind of got scared with the bamboo.
Okay.
Then we kind of went after this kind of not stadium, like an amphitheater type setup. And then it's like, wait, I don't want to do that. And then it ended up as, a 5-floor entertainment complex where we've got like this. We don't have names for everything yet,
Right.
because we do have them, but they've evolved and they've been deleted.
I've seen some of the tentative names, but
they're
not locked in
it's
stone
like
yet.
we don't have to lock it in yet.
Yeah.
So why be tied to something?
Right. I feel that.
So the lakeside, we've got a big pool. And it's like a Tulum style vibe. So bohemian. It's got more of a boutique feel than, just another pool. So it'll stand out a little bit. And then about the second floor is all administration and kitchen and stuff. Third floor is street level. So you're gonna see into the third floor and kind of think it's the first floor if you're from out of town. You don't realize it. There's 2 levels of a sports bar there that's got duck pin bowling. It's got other games as well.
I had to look up duck pin bowling, by the way, when you first told me that. That's really cool. Yeah.
Social thing, rather than like real serious. You're not bringing your own ball. You're not changing your shoes. You get to wear your normal shoes. All the balls are the same. There's no holes in the balls. They fit in your palm.
Okay, yeah.
There's 3 frames, but basically the same concept as bowling.
Smaller balls, smaller pins. Right?
Yeah,
and
the lane's like half the size.
Yeah. It's scaled down.
Yeah, scaled down.
Yeah.
So we got 8 lanes of that. We're working. I don't want to say what else we're working on just because we haven't got that part locked in yet. But there's another avenue of some stuff we're going to add to that concept that hopefully pans out in the next couple of weeks. And then the rooftop of all this, there's a Mediterranean restaurant.
Yeah.
So,
and we talked about how that was going to be Greek or something originally.
I'm half Greek, and so
oh,
I was
really?
like,
Okay.
yeah, and of course my mom's 100% Greek. And Greek. She moved to town 5 years ago, and I want to do a Greek restaurant, and then I've been to Greece and stuff, and it's like, you know what, the menu's kind of limited. I don't want to be tied to just Greek.
Yeah.
So Mediterranean just really opens it up.
Right.
So that's kind of, we've got the concepts locked in, not the names. We've aesthetically designed these things, so we know what it's going to look like. We just don't know what we're going to call them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 3 different things. So it's not like, hey, go check out the pool bar at this and the rooftop bar. It's all separate. Different management. You're going to feel like you're in a different space.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And the clientele, I mean, almost feels like 3. I mean, anybody could go to any of them potentially, obviously, but like it feels like 3 different appeals. Like the pool and pool bar thing is kind of an obvious appeal, and it's waterfront and that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the third floor with the entertainment side, that one you did kind of gear that towards all ages, but then is it or at least maybe this was how it was originally. And then at night after 9 or something.
I think at night after 9 we're gonna say 21 and over. It's not like a Dave and Buster's per se. It's elevated from there. You get scratch made food. You're gonna have some games in there like Dave and Buster's, but not so kid oriented.
Right.
There's not gonna be tickets. Yeah, we're gonna have a skee ball, but it's not like a big ticket thing where you get
trying to go get prizes and stuff. Yeah. But like a fun place feels. I mean, it's anybody can enjoy.
There's something to do other than just sit around a table and drink beer. There's activities. And great food. So it's not going to be fried or frozen fried food.
You could see people like bringing the family to that during the day or in the evening and like having some fun and having a good meal and
getting good meal. So it could be a date night for a couple. It could be a family dinner. It could be, hey, let's do something with the kids.
And then the top floors. I mean, what's the vibe there? Is it going to feel a little more elevated or
the rooftop? The Mediterranean restaurant, it's elevated. You'll have tablecloths and stuff like that. Open air though, so but it's elevated, so be a nice place.
Probably not a winter thing.
No, not good for winter. But we've only got one restaurant open in the winter, which sports bar will be open in the winter.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be open year round.
The third floor.
Level. Third and fourth. So it's 2 floors. So it's like 19,000 square feet between the 2 floors.
Okay.
So that'd be good for company events, stuff like that. Because the floors mimic each other, so both floors kind of have the same thing going on.
Okay.
But so in the wintertime, it's you can try, but
it is what it is. I mean, you got to be a realist.
Yeah. I've tried. When I first moved here, bought Paradise, which was the first restaurant I had. Oh, I can do this year round, but soon found out.
You just
once you get past September, it's really you can't
force people to do things when they're not here, and even the ones who are here sometimes don't want to do things. Mm-hmm. So it just is what it is.
Yeah, there's not enough people in town, to live here.
Yeah. Interesting. So that's been a journey, but you feel like you guys are locked in on like what it's actually gonna be, the design, and like the build of it is actually happening now. Like,
oh no, it's
moving. Yeah. It's been happening.
Well, people say,
I know there was some kind of stop and start.
There was never a stop. Like we were there 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
But maybe we just had 3 guys, digging holes for piers or something.
Right.
Where you can't see that unless you're
that's true
across the lake or I guess on the dam if you really pay attention you can see movement. But
how involved are like you in the daily on that? What's your do you hear from them a lot, or you kind of go check in when you feel like it, or how's that look?
So as far as that goes, like with the new project as of, there's so many elements to this concept, multiple concepts that there's, dealing with the dumbwaiter guy, dealing with the elevator guy, dealing with yesterday HVAC guy. But as far as on site, like I go down there once a day, probably not there for an hour on average a day. But my superintendent, Nick, he controls the site. He works with the subs, he's there doing his thing where that's his specialty.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not just like, hey, build that, Nick. There's constant,
right.
Well, the plumbers want this. Well, Amber needs this. And I'm trying to work it out.
Coordinating and communicating and
there's a lot to it. But we're on track. The city's really good to work with in Lake Ozarks. So
good to hear.
That's awesome.
So this is the biggest one you've done, the biggest project you've done personally. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as building, Frankie Louie is massive. But it's not just a building. Basically we've got I don't know the size of the property with acre wise, but say it's an acre and a half. We've taken the whole property, used every inch of it.
So at Frankie's you're talking about?
No, at the new project.
New project.
Frankie's, you got room to move around, and there's, a few hundred acres there to where we're doing
of course,
stuff,
yeah.
But we're in this business district in Lake Ozark. It's kind of like what we do with Molten Monkey, where we took something and Tucker's the same way, where you're building on, which makes it harder. You can't just drive a tractor to the other side or pull a dump truck around.
Right, you're very
side.
confined.
So you're trying to kind of figure out how am I going to get that dirt out of there, or how am I going to get that tractor out of there once I get this road out? There's a lot of that going on where I got to get a crane again,
right?
Stuff like that,
right? Let me pause for just a second. Hold on, let me check something.
Oh yeah,
I didn't actually look at that before.
Yeah, well, right on.
We could have started over, I guess, but I didn't want to do that. So okay, so let's then. So this is the most recent. This is the biggest that you've built. Let's rewind the Tucker trajectory.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Paradise. In fact, I have them all here. This is my drinking cup at my desk. Is the Tucker's restaurants right here. This is my daily water cup. Some days it gets used more than other days, but it should get used more often. But yes, it's a good cup.
Yeah, no, I mean, anyone that comes in those restaurants can take those cups. No questions asked.
There you go. Yeah, bring them home and advertise to your family and friends, right? Okay, so Paradise was your first entry into this space.
Into the lake, yeah, really. And I'd been going there as a kid, but never didn't own it.
Okay, so where'd you grow up?
Des Moines, Johnston, Iowa, which is right outside Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay,
about 5 hours north of here.
And then where'd you go to school? College?
University of Iowa.
Okay.
Iowa City. Yep.
Okay.
So I went to Kirkwood first, transferred to Iowa.
Okay. Yep. So went to Iowa, and then you told me that pretty not very long after college is when you bought Paradise, right?
Yeah. Me and my brother convinced my dad to co-sign a loan on Paradise. Buy that 2007. So I was right out of college.
That's an interesting time to buy your first business at Lake of the Ozarks. Is 07.
I mean, I think it was stupidity, but it worked out. Once you find something hard enough, I think you'll eventually get it to turn around.
That's good. So, I like that philosophy.
Yeah, no, it was an eye opener for sure. You think like, oh, a boat, summertime lake. That's fun.
Yeah.
How many hours? I'll work 30 hours and boat.
Yeah, bet you did not work 30 hours.
Yeah, no, it's like, I remember asking the previous owner, I was like, how many hours do you spend here? And he'd be like, well, how many hours are in a day? Minus sleep.
Minus sleep. And
7 days? What? So, I mean, my life has changed a lot since then. It's more of a like 8 to 5 now with on-call kind of stuff going on.
Sure.
But back then it was, I was the manager. There wasn't a chef. Like, so.
Yeah, you're up to your eyeballs in operations.
Yeah, you're
when you
bartending at the
started.
same time. So
Yeah.
you're bartending while you're managing, while you're kind of watching this kitchen, and then making sure everything's organized. So, it's as you grow, you figure out things that work, don't work. Sometimes.
Why did you want to do what? Did you wanted to do business like in college, before college? Like, why did you get out of college and go, what if we?
Yeah, so
hear me out. What if we buy?
Yeah, I know.
I
think I was. So I did an internship at FC Stone, which is a commodities brokerage, my last semester of college, and my dad was an investment banker, so kind of wanted to get into that field, but did that internship. No offense to anyone there or whatever, I was like, I don't want to do this. I'd rather do something else.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess just kind of started looking around down here and kind of just evolved into what it was then, just got the restaurant. And then,
had that entrepreneurial itch.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know anything about it. I'd been to restaurants, bars, but I didn't even really have any close friends that owned them. But I didn't know what I was buying. I didn't know enough to, but I knew that the previous owner was going to stay on for 6 months, and I could figure it out if he could just be there, give me some pointers, Yeah. But I remember we brought a bar manager down from Iowa, a bartender, like a buddy, and I remember he was in the bathroom, he was in the urinal the first night or the second night we were open. He fell through the floor.
No way.
Yeah, like while he was at the urinal, like he was, waist into the floor. And then I remember a fan blade came off of a fan and hit a guy in the head. First weekend.
Way.
There's a lot of little stuff, and I'm like, what is
crazy.
going on? This place is like duct taped together. So
not the only place.
Paradise isn't the same as it was then. 2007. It was just the inside part, which was screened in, plywood floors, and then a little patio with one server. So it's a lot different.
Yeah, you've expanded.
Wooden docks. The docks would break, and it'd be Saturday, so we'd go down with a chain, like a padlock, try to get them back together. And this thing was, it was a battle just keeping it open, let alone trying to actually operate a restaurant how you're supposed to.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
It's good memories, but I don't know that I would go back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet nobody could convince you now to do that again.
People are like, well, you made it to where you are now. It's like, well, where could I have been without that?
Yeah.
But no, it worked out for a reason.
Yeah, that's good. So that was your first foray, and then I'm remembering some, as you shared it with me not too long ago for an article for Short Magazine, which is coming out soon. But so Paradise, I'm just going around the cup here, and then next was Frankie Louie's, right?
Paradise, Tuckers.
Oh, Tuckers was next. Okay, so Tuckers was
Paradise, Paradise.
Tuckers was like 14, right?
March 30th, 2015.
15.
Yeah,
okay.
was when we opened it. So Paradise, Tucker. So Paradise in 07, Tucker's in 15, Frankie's in 16, Monkey in 20.
20? I think
right
I feel like I remember it being 20 because it's
trying to wrap this construction project up. And
yeah.
I was like, oh no, is it going to open?
Yeah, and I remember when we ran an article at Lake Expo about it opening. Remember thinking, man, what a time to open a business in 2020.
Oh, it was bad.
Actually, at the lake, it turned out to be a great time eventually. But yeah,
there's a scary part. Like we started pouring it on concrete. We were like, we got to shave everything we can from this. We can't use a sub if we can't do it ourselves.
Yeah,
we don't know if we can open because I think there was like 45 days or something. We had to close the restaurants down. When it first started happening. I know we did to go at Paradise.
Oh yeah, you were ziplining stuff down.
Yeah, we ziplined to Paradise. We had to dock.
Never
servers.
forget. Let us never forget.
Oh, yeah.
Ziplining food down to boats because we weren't supposed to be close to each other. What a wild. I mean, I wrote as much that I could remember down for my children so that when they will not believe the things that happened and our country did during that time, I'll be like, no. Listen.
Yeah.
This happened.
Yeah.
Ziplining food down to the
and it was fun because
which was actually so great, like video content and stuff.
Kind of just wanted to watch.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
So I'd say I don't know that I didn't do a study on it, but I'd say 1 out of 10 we had an issue with the send down and that drinks or whatever it was just went everywhere.
Oh,
and then sometimes it come down real hot,
Oh yeah.
And so we had some servers down there. Some knew what they were doing and they know how to catch it, but sometimes it would. They're like, oh no, So Yeah, we had servers on the dock at Frankie's at that time too. But yeah, we just had, we still got bills, so we got to figure out a way that we can pay these notes.
Yeah.
Make our people money too.
It was brilliant.
Keep our people
Again, I remember us doing like an article about the zip line at Paradise, and
it made it
people
on
loved
Barstool,
it.
Made it on Barstool Sports.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's great. So that was when you opened Malted, and we talked a little about your like the impetus for that, and you had said that it was like, well, open Tuckers, and it's like kids are standing around throwing rocks at each other outside.
Yeah,
while
so
waiting for
there's a little
dinner or whatever.
jewelry store next to Tuckers that I bought, and it was tore it down, so we just had a concrete pad there. And then I was spending a lot more time at Tuckers during that time, and so I'd go out. We'd be on a wait, and I'd go have to run to the truck or run outside to take the trash. There'd be 20 kids on that pad just throwing rocks at each other. I'm like, what are we doing? Or we give them chalk, or whatever. Like, man, we need to build something here.
Gotta give kids something to do.
Yeah,
here.
exactly. So that's where that concept came from.
I love that, man. And again, that's like exactly what people asked for. That's what people were begging for on the Strip, was like, let's do something for like kids to do. I mean, that truly, the Strip always held that. Like, it always was this place that was fun, quirky, kids loved everything from dime skee ball to like one of my favorite memories, or not memories, stories. My uncle shared. We live on D Road, back like behind like Lowe's, like way back that direction. But that's up on a ridge, and he said he could hear. There used to be a lion in a cage on the Strip.
Really, I never heard this one.
Yes, and in the mornings you could hear the lion roaring from our house, like.
Wow.
I don't even know as the crow flies how far away that is, but the sound just carries.
That's crazy.
He said they could step out on the back porch and hear the lion roaring.
Huh.
Somebody else told me about that lion and said that the owner of it, I don't know if it's true or not. I like to think it's true, but that the owner of it would sit when there was a crazy Ozark thunderstorm kind of situation. He would like sit outside his little porch where his house like looked over the lion cage with like his rifle on his lap. Just in case, like, the storm, like a tree fell or like something happened and the lion got out and he had to like take care of it. Like some crazy times.
So what year do you think this was?
That must have been, let's see, my uncle, I think, was born in the late 30s or 40s, early 40s. Yeah. So that would have been like the early 50s, like the heyday of like the beginning of, the iconic Strip nostalgia stuff.
So you paid a nickel and you got to see a lion?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, somebody can correct me if they hear this and they don't know. But
I've never heard that one,
there was
but I like
something like that going on down there.
Maybe someone needs to bring that back.
Dude, that would be wild. I don't
think
think you could do it.
Yeah.
I don't think you could do
Maybe
it.
we can get petting zoo.
Yeah, no, PETA would. PETA knows about this place now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, Chimp Lady and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We're on PETA's radar. So
yeah. Chimp Lady.
Don't do lions. But Malted Monkey was a good one. That was my whole point.
Well,
that was in the spirit
it's hard
of
to find a kid thing that can fit in a space that's really small.
Right.
So we had this like drop tower. This company in Utah was, they're going to sell us this big expensive drop tower. And luckily they came out, with a big Prevost bus and were like, hey, we're going to sit on this site for a couple of days and make sure you can make money because we don't want this to fail.
Mm-hmm.
They called me back and they're like, man, this ain't gonna work. You don't have enough people walking around. And they came in July, like, this ain't gonna work.
Really?
And these guys were potentially gonna make money off of me by buying this, ride thing. But luckily they were just like, hey dude, like, we don't want to buy this back from you or have this out there that didn't work.
The drop tower is the thing that you go up and it's just a hole.
It was like in Branson. I guess they have one in Branson where you just kind of, it's lit up. It's like 150 feet tall.
It's a free fall deal. Right?
Yeah, you like get 8 people and you're locked in and then it goes up slow and then kind of drops at a random time to where you don't know what's going to drop.
Yeah. I've done
stuff
one
like
of those
that.
once.
And then we had a container park kind of design, but we couldn't figure out how to what we're going to do with the container. It looked cool. We had design and that looks neat, but how do we make money? What do we do here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Monkey kind of worked out. It did work out, We set a record for the attendance for RCI, which is a worldwide company out of Michigan. But all those
RCI is the company that builds the
they build those and sell them. So they're the only ones that build those. So if you see one on a cruise ship, they're building it.
So like there's one in St. Louis at the
museum or it's red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
they built that.
Okay.
They built the one. There's Branson has 2 of them. I know Johnny Morris has one. I think there's another one in Fritz.
Oh,
Fritz place.
Yeah, I've taken my kids.
So yeah, they're worldwide just making these things. And from like when school got out, 2020, to whenever school went back, because that's really when people are there.
Right.
We had set a record for them, so that was good.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's not about just the ropes course there. So the smash burgers, like I crave them. I'm not being biased. You know, I got a lot of restaurants I go to that aren't my own that I love, but the smash burgers there are, unfortunately, it's closed for the winter, but they're awesome. You don't need to go there with your kids.
They're so great. I had the LA street dog this year. Dude, that was outstanding. I'd never had.
Yeah.
I had a Chicago dog, which are great.
Yeah.
LA street dog was better.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
So
good, for sure.
yeah, like I don't know who's doing the menu concepts there. Do you work on that with somebody, or is that like?
Well, I mean, stuff like that. Like the
that's
chef,
on the menu there.
She decided that's a good idea, and of course we all talk about it. I'm like, yeah, you know, you guys think this is great and it sounds great, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, we got those shakes that are obviously the #1 seller.
Awesome.
We started doing cookies.
Did the cookies this year?
I think we started last year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of taken off this year, so. Yeah, but it's a seasonal place.
Yeah, but I love, again, all the stuff on the menu. It's a totally different, like it's intentional, and it's totally different than what you get at Tucker's or wherever else. It's this kind of place where it's like it's either a snack or a meal.
Exactly.
And it's super yum, but it's also creative, and it's not just like bottom of the barrel standard chicken strips.
No, it's not. It's not frozen stuff.
Yeah,
that's,
like it's great.
You know, like we'll be having events or whatever, and I'll see some friends on the street like, hey, give me a table at Tucker's. And I'm like, oh my god, an hour wait. Go to Monkey and eat. Well, no, we don't go to Tucker's. And then I'll be like, just go to Monkey. So they'll eat a Monkey. Like they'll holy cow, that was so good.
Yeah,
you know, but they weren't in the mood for like it's not fast food, but it's you're gonna have your food fast,
right?
Unless the place is packed or it's crazy. But
there's like there's a street corn entree or something, like a side or something. Dude, that was so good.
Yeah,
like everything.
That's her idea.
Was amazing.
This is all her. All the cookies are her recipes, and they rotate flavors every 2 weeks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, well, so coming up, some Monkey's closed, but we do a winter pop up there.
Okay.
For Christmas.
Okay.
So the day before Thanksgiving, which is the 26th this year, we open Santa Monkey.
Okay.
Which runs until the day before New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's a concept that is kind of it's kind of tacky Christmas. You know, it's decorated all up. Have you been there?
Yeah. I don't think I have.
Well, check it out.
I will.
She's elevating it a little bit now she's got like caviar on the appetizer menu.
Oh, nice.
There's different stuff like that. Elevating the cocktail scene a little bit. But it's a fun place. Thursday through Saturday, it's open. I'll put it in a couple weeks or in a week.
Okay.
A week from today.
Yeah. Okay. So as we're recording this a week from today, today's the 19th. So
it opens the 26th.
26th.
Which is a Wednesday.
The day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it opens then.
So that's like a fun Christmas Eve. I mean, like
kind of
Christmas decor and some fun
Christmas decor, Christmas
stuff.
Kind of comfort food. It's more appetizers. It's more of a social kind of cocktail type scene. We've got a yurt, kind of a yurt looking tent outside with a wood fireplace in it.
Oh, okay.
So it's got that with rugs and blankets and all that
cool.
stuff. It's neat.
Okay.
Yeah. So check that out.
Yeah. So then the Monkey was 2020, and then
Neon came in 21.
Neon was 21, and
21
that was
22.
Formerly Beavers, and that was kind of a wild story too, right? That was almost like a last minute jump in kind of sale, and here you are.
Oh yeah. So I had been interested in Beavers like years before. So I think I bought it in 2021. I think it was 2021. So I had maybe been interested in 2018 or something, and we couldn't come together on it. But I remember I was laying on the couch on like early December Sunday night, and my phone, I got a text. It said, "Hey, I'll take that deal." And I responded with, "What deal? Who is this? Like, I don't know anything about this." He's like, "The deal on Beavers." I was like, "Well, I don't remember what I even offered for it. Like, give me, what's going on here." So he said,
"You've been thinking about that deal for years."
Well, I don't know. Maybe he couldn't get something better.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I think he said he had a really good year in his other business, so he needed a loss. Anyway, so I figure out what it is, figure out what I had offered, and I said, "Okay, I'll do that." He said, "But yeah, the catch is you got to close it by the end of the year." And I'm like, "I have
and it's
3
December,
weeks."
yeah.
Like what? Like there's not even an appraiser that wants to work in the month of December. So called the bank and they're like, "Well, I guess that's that. We'll have to make it work for you." So we got that together. And then the plan was like, okay, well, I got this kind of not functional restaurant on this property that they had fought for a couple years with trying to make it work because it was Beavers, but it had been something before that.
I cannot remember.
Not Naughty Fish. It was called Naughty Rooster. I think
I
it's called
remember.
Naughty Rooster.
People are yelling it at the screen right now. As we're saying this,
I'm
I
sorry.
remember what it was.
I think it was Naughty
Anyways.
Rooster. So those two concepts didn't work. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just bulldoze it and then I'll figure out what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Open these docks back up is what my goal was.
Right.
Because they had blocked off the docks to the public. But I don't get a lot of traffic, like say at Tucker's, for people walking up there because it's actually further than you think.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's just not good look to have these docks chained up on the strip. Let's get this restaurant bought, open these docks to the public, see where this goes.
There's not that many docks to the strip, is
no,
the
right
thing.
now there's not.
Yeah.
There's potential to be though.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna bulldoze that. And then, talking to the people in the office, like, no, let's do something with it. I was like, okay, let's make it a hot chicken place. And they all looked at me like, hey, are you stupid? Like hot chicken? I'm like, oh yeah, that won't work. So Heather said, hey, we should do a taco place. A tequila taco place.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I had just been at taco places in Nashville like a couple days before she said that.
So that's why
Let's
you're
do
thinking
that.
That's why
Yeah.
you were thinking hot chicken, is because you're
I
saying
don't really know
Nashville.
what was going through my head, but like I think I saw a hot chicken place that had a line like down the street.
Yeah,
and
right,
I'm like,
exactly.
whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
So it kind of got we had a rough start with Neon Taco. Worked out a lot of the kinks.
I remember it was a little bumpy at the beginning.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
not your first rodeo.
We have a new chef starting next year or next spring, so that's gonna be exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. So I always try to make something better. Like nothing's ever done.
Yeah.
Whether it be Paradise, it's been there since 1987, which obviously it's grown a lot since 1987, but it's never gonna stay the same. It's gonna always evolve. Yeah, we're gonna keep the good parts. Try to mold the parts that aren't perfect into something that's good.
I remember when you opened Neon, in our office, there was much debate about whether or not we liked the name Neon Taco, because we were like, what is this? What Neon Taco? Yeah. And then it actually works great because the vibe of the place, because it's all the, like you did I don't actually know what you call that vibe. It's obviously like Mexican kind of
It's
bright
like Day of the
color.
Dead kind of theme inside with bright pink exterior.
Yeah.
We hired a firm to create a name for us.
Okay.
This is a concept. I think we had already started painting it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we, kept in touch. And they gave us, a bunch of names. And we're like, I don't like any of these names. And then so there were some ones that
sent you a bill
there were
for
some,
that.
Yeah, we paid them.
Right.
I mean, we have to pay them. But there were some names that we're like, okay, that'd be a funny t-shirt, but I don't think necessarily that's appropriate.
Oh yeah, got
so
it. Yeah.
We didn't want to,
and we didn't have ChatGPT
go too far into
yet.
that.
There's no ChatGPT yet where you could go, I've got a taco place, give me 1,000 names.
I think we were a rap name generator.
There you go.
And we were like trying to use this as like an AI thing, but didn't come up with anything. So I don't know who came up with Neon Taco, but we came up with it.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, and then we got sued so there was a closed Neon Taco, I guess, in Seattle, somewhere in Washington State or Oregon.
What?
And it had been closed previous to COVID. Well, they saw this thing trademarked, but they weren't operating it. It'd been closed. So, about a year in, we started getting threatening letters, and we're like, oh no, this is actually a restaurant somewhere. And we'll look it up. It's like, it's closed. Well, we had a friend out there. I'm like, go to this restaurant. It's closed. It's not even the same. It's like a bagel shop now. So we finally, I probably shouldn't talk about it on here.
Yeah. Enough said.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
There's always something. There's all these things that pop up. You're like, okay, didn't think of that.
Yep.
I'm sure we had looked up Neon Taco restaurants if that name was something, and we didn't come up with anything. But once someone pointed it out, like, oh, okay, there was. Yeah.
Wild. So Neon, and then this project that you're working on now.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's a cool trajectory.
We've done some additions to Frankie Louie's and stuff like that. So Tucker Development's the construction side of it. They don't stop. There's always stuff lined up for after this project.
Well, yeah, the RV park. I mean, because Frankie did it have that at all when you bought it?
Oh yeah, no, the RV park, and someone's probably gonna get mad at this one because I don't know when. I do know what year it started, but let's just call it 1950.
Oh, okay.
So it was called Deer Valley Park. Started a long time ago, and then there was I guess like a beach and a kind of a concessions where the restaurant is, hot dogs, ice cream, and then that evolved. The previous owner we bought it from, and Dan had taken it and then built Frankie Louie there.
Right.
Turned this kind of like lean-to thing into this restaurant.
Oh, okay.
It just kind of exploded right off the gate. That was in 2003 when he did that, and we bought it in 16. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
So when you look at the lake, there's a lot happening right now, and a lot
right now there's more happening than has happened, I think, in my whole time here.
Yeah, that's
just at this moment.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah. With stuff going up in the next 18 to 24 months.
Yeah. That's exciting.
What do you think is the like the formula that the lake needs, or what are some things that you would love to see happen still at the lake when you look at the economy? I don't know, the composition of the workforce. Like, I don't know, like whenever you look around, you go, man, I would love to see.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a little more. I would like to be able to see a little more people here in the off season. Even when you get to shoulders, like right now, so before Thanksgiving, there's not a lot going on.
Right,
really, there's a zero going on.
Right.
I mean, there's a band playing here, this, that, the other thing, but there's really not anyone in town. Right, roads are clearly not busy.
Oh yeah.
We have one restaurant open, Shuckers, year round, and it's the servers are like, it's so slow, but it's like you look at the numbers. Hey, yeah, we're a little down from last year, but we're talking about a few percent. So you really shouldn't be able to tell
it's
that.
Just
it's
October,
just
November.
It is.
What it is.
You come out of summer and it gets slow, and they're like, hey, it's so dead, right? Well, then you come into spring, and then you're in just say April, and they're like, it's so busy. It's like, just wait, like this is gonna be crazy. And it's just it's kind of a mindset, and just like it's got a big curve to it. It's not like Applebee's in Kansas City where they're going to be the same year round.
Do you think about the kinds of things that make the lake more of a year-round place? I mean, I've thought I like stuff. Certain things I'm seeing are encouraging. I love the group that's building the trails.
I think that's great.
I like things that make life here richer.
Exactly.
Year-round.
No, I think
I think about it.
That's a good move. I mean, you go down to Bentonville. Have you been down to Bentonville?
I don't know if I've actually been to Bentonville,
so,
but I've spent some time.
Have you seen their trail systems for mountain biking?
No, I've not been on that.
If you go down there, you're gonna be blown away by what you see. And if we, that's Walmart stuff going on down there. So
sure, yeah,
a lot of money put into that. But
a lot of money here, though.
There's a lot of money here, and there's a lot. We got the right landscape for it, And if we can have another, like people go to Bentonville to mountain bike, right? So if we can add a little, hey, you got the lake, you got golfing, you got, hey, you're a mountain biker. This is for you too, or even the people that live here. It's great.
Right. Well, and that's because I don't think the lake could. I don't know if it would even want to get away from this, but I don't think it could get away from being a place that people love to come visit. I don't know that you, like I said, want to change that about it. It's a lake that people love to come visit.
Yeah.
Like it always is that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always am curious about what people think about. Well, what are ways that you can also make this a place that is really rich to live in all the time for families, and that like kids who graduate high school are like, I want to live there.
Yeah.
Like I actually want to.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, marry my high school sweetheart or whatever, and like live there and build a family and build kind of like this longevity versus, the traditional thing of like, I mean, actually both you and I did this technically, but like leave where you're from and go to another place. I'm interested these days in creating places that people don't want to leave because it's a great place to be and live. And I think the lake from a natural standpoint has so much going for it. Like the water itself is awesome. I mean, there's a lot of
the
beauty.
parks are great.
The parks are really great. Yeah.
People, I mean, we live in a small community with great restaurants too. Like if we go live in a different community, we're not going to have some of the amenities that we have because of the tourists.
Very true.
We got Deerbergs and Hy-Vee. Like if we didn't have tourists, we would have these nice grocery stores.
Yeah, the tourists elevate life for
exactly
full-timers, for sure.
Yeah.
Just because of what's built to serve them.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I'm just always interested in thinking about that stuff because I see development happening that appeals to visitors, tourists, and that's always going to be the way it is.
Yeah.
But I love when I see folks working on things too that build the lake's kind of year-round economic picture.
Well, I think the
housing is always
like
a thing.
the Oasis. Like so, right now, say you come to town from Chicago, you've never been here before, you got 2 kids. There's boating. There's water activities. There's, some Molten Monkey. There's Super Splash. There's cool stuff, but there's not a ton of kid stuff that they're going to be into. These kids are used to going to Six Flags and all this other stuff.
Right.
So if we can create like Oasis, like have this beautiful amusement park, lakefront. You know, it's awesome because it's just another thing for a family to do.
Yeah.
Not, the Strip years to come, hopefully, is that place. Right now, there's still a lot of work to be done down there. But, making it a more family place, there's going to be parties going on, but you got to have stuff going on for everybody.
Right. Right. And I think that's the thing. Like, I don't think that you build a sustainable place and community just on a party scene, right? Because like ultimately people don't really, if it was just that, I'm not saying the lake is just that. I just mean,
it's not,
but people don't want to actually live in a place that's just that very much, right?
Well, luckily it's spread out and we're so close to nature here, and it's not like,
that's
hey,
what I mean.
We're not in Vegas, concrete everywhere and stuff like that.
Right.
So which I'm from Des Moines. I don't want to live anywhere else. Yeah, I like traveling, but I like it here.
Right.
I can go to restaurants 5 minutes from my house. I can shoot a gun 5 minutes the other way. I can do whatever. It's just 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yes. It's amazing.
The only thing is there's no airport, so it's kind of a bummer. But at the same time,
surely that's on the horizon.
Yeah,
I gotta like. I'm curious about all the different components that have to come into play for there to be commercial airport interest.
Yeah.
I know it would almost certainly be Lacey Fine. Maybe it would be Camdenton, but they're a little bit. I mean, Lacey Fine's bigger, longer, wider, whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. That'd be interesting. The Oasis might have an effect on that. If the guy's talking about the hotel casino things. I mean, maybe that, like, maybe all of those things just
can drive
increase.
They need demand to create an airport. So.
Could be.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
I mean, it's not too bad driving to Springfield.
No.
It's probably my favorite.
No, and honestly, if you live in, New York or somewhere, like driving like an hour plus to actually wherever you are to get to the airport anyway.
Olathe to airport in Kansas City, you're 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So double that.
And I like our little smaller airports. Anyways,
I do.
Columbia and Springfield are nice.
Yeah.
So anyways,
definitely.
Could be worse. Cool. Well, anything else on the horizon for Tuckerland?
I mean, there's always a next project. I don't want to, when I talk about stuff, then I get backlash. Like, you said like 3 years ago you were gonna but this happened and this happened.
This is what happens to me with my children actually too. If I make like one casual kind of like, we're gonna, I think maybe do something. Yeah. I mean, it could be whatever amount of time can go by, and they will hold you to that thing. Yeah. No matter what.
How far away? 20 minutes. Well, it's been 25.
Yeah. You're like, all right, I was rounding. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
We have a lot of like maintenance to the projects we have. And that maintenance, not only maintenance, but just like changing stuff up that we already have. Probably not going to build any more restaurants after this.
Yeah.
In this area. It's just, I don't want to leave the area either. But yeah, I mean, that's after this project, it'll probably be wrapped up with the restaurant scene, just keeping what we have better, making it better and stuff like that. But I have said that before.
So yeah, see what's on the horizon.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just say thanks for the way that you've helped the lake grow, because I genuinely, I meant that when at the introduction, that I think that what you've done is really cool because it's courageous, and you can call it stupid, like when you bought Paradise and we're like, I didn't know what I was getting into, but there's a level of what you might call stupidity that you almost have to have, because it's more just like being like, what do they say? Fortune favors the bold, right? So it's like, it's just being bold and going, you know what? I'm just going to do it, and we're going to get in and we're going to grind.
Yeah.
And if it was the worst idea ever, well, we're going to find that out the hard way. Yeah. But if it can be done through grinding, we're going to do it. Yeah. And I appreciate that, because I think that actually sets a good standard for people who want to build things at the lake. And I think it's encouraging to see people who love the lake, live at the lake, care about the lake, building things at the lake that are, obviously a lot of your focus has been like waterfront restaurant type places, but multiple things that you've done now have like a strong family component too. And again, you just have seen that in terms of what people are asking for at the lake for so long. And I saw a lot of excitement around Malted Monkey because of that. Whenever that opened, it was like, awesome. This is what I love down on the strip, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, there's risk involved in it. We're trying to create less risk, obviously, but at a certain point, you just got to pull the trigger, because you can't really do any more research or fine tune this thing anymore. Like, we're going to make this work. Let's go.
That's so funny. That was one of my business partners in our magazine, Dave Leathers. When we started Shore Magazine, we were talking about that before we started the episode, 8 years ago or something. he's been in the magazine business forever, but it was a similar thing. We like gamed out all the numbers and we're like, all right, can we do this? Is it going to work? And we kind of sat on it for a minute. And he said more or less that he was like, do we have the guts to start this thing or do we not? Are we going to do it or are we not going to do it? And find out. Yeah. And I mean, for us, that worked out too. So I love that. I just appreciate the courage and I appreciate the interest in building things that families can enjoy. So I know everybody's stoked about seeing this currently unnamed place down on the strip open up.
3 names.
3 names.
Yeah. We got to be clear that it's not Neon Taco. So right now it's just like, hey, what's the addition to Neon Taco?
Oh, right.
So it's like, it's not Neon Taco and it's not one thing. Yeah. So it's picture like, I guess, like an entertainment complex.
Right.
Like you go to a casino, there's different restaurants. You go to the mall or whatever. It's completely different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so as soon as we have names, we'll know what to tell people it's called. Just let me know. Yeah. Yeah. We're excited.
Yeah, no, it's on a like top 5 list on my office to like lock these names.
I'm sure.
But at the same time, it's we're probably about 12 months from opening, so yeah, I don't want to have to go back and be like, oh yeah, we changed that.
Right. And so you're hoping, again, nobody hold anybody to a timeline, but you're hoping by the end of 26 that it's.
I'm hoping I can get that sports like that street side level open about a year from now, and then follow up summer, late spring of 27.
It's going to take you longer to build that than it took to build Bagnell Dam, right?
Yeah, you remind me of that. How long did it take them to build that?
I think it was not very long. It was like 3 years or something.
Really? Oh yeah, we got 3
Times
years.
have changed.
Yeah, we got better equipment and technology. No kidding. It took me longer.
But I'm
so we also have to keep it on a budget too. So I can't just call the guy in New York and be like, come down here and build me this thing. Well, here's your bill. It's like this has we don't want to be charging $10 for a beer. We want to make. That's with Frankie Louie, same thing. So we added onto the campground. Like, why did it take you? I think it took 2 years. It's like because we did it all ourselves with like 3 tractors. Yeah. And we didn't spend $10 million. Love it. But your rent's still gonna be $2,000 a year, or I think it's $3,000 a year now. But it's $3,000 a year there, which is cheap.
So that's interesting. Actually, I mean, we're just gonna tag that onto the end of this conversation, which is that when you're developing, you actually kind of vertically integrated in terms of development cost, and that helps you even if it takes a little longer or whatever.
It definitely takes longer
to get it done because you're controlling costs from the inside. Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
that's
where we're shaving 30% off of it if we can do it right. If we're doing it, we got guys sitting around all the time, obviously going the other way. Yeah, but we have our own excavators, we have our own skid loaders, we have our own dump trucks, we have all this stuff that but yeah, we use a lot of stuff.
That's brilliant. Cool. Well,
it's kind of evolved into that.
Excited about it. I know people are excited to see that one. So stay tuned, everybody, for the opening of the multi-named, yet to be named complex that is not Neon Taco, but is next to the dam. And I'll when the doors open, I hope I'm one of the first customers through.
I'll put you on the list.
That'd be nice. Nice. I'll take that. Sweet. Well, so the closeout is go to literally any of George's places here on the cup. Frankie and Louie's, Tucker, Shuckers, Paradise, and then actually
so Neon and Monkey
aren't on the cup.
Yeah.
So Neon Taco, Malted Monkey, but not in the winter, except between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Go check out Malted Monkey. Yeah. For Santa Monkey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, down there. Good time. So
it's fun.
Go to all those places. George, thanks for coming on, man. Enjoyed the conversation.
Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Keep us tuned on what's next.
All right, we'll do.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This has been our take on the lake. If you would, make sure you will go subscribe to the show, follow us on Facebook and all the places that you find us. I don't even know all the places we are anymore, but we're various places. Go follow us, share the show with friends, and so you can subscribe to us on basically all the real big podcasting apps. We're there. If you're listening, if you're watching, we throw every video onto Facebook eventually as well. So check us out there. Thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, stay anchored, stay curious, and we'll see you soon.